Hello. So in this episode, we are joined by the infamous James Dooley from FatRank, the best lead generation agency in the UK. So James, I think let's dive straight into it. Can you tell me in particular why you think FatRank is the best lead generation agency in the UK?
Yeah, for sure. I think FatRank is the best lead generation agency in the UK, mainly because of our offering. So our model is a pay what you want lead generation strategy. And I don't really know anybody else out there that guarantees a return on investment like what we do. It took a long time for us to come up with this model, and for us, we've got to be very selective with what businesses that we work with to make certain that they're good at converting and at conversion of the leads. So they need to make certain they've got like a good lead nurturing process, or they can respond to the leads very fast. But in general, at FatRank, we took this model mainly so we can open up many doors. We can start working with these clients, try to get the keywords or the services that make them the most profit, and do like a revenue share split. A lot of business owners tend to ask, well, what split is that? And it is literally a pay what you want strategy. So obviously on bigger jobs, they might only be able to add maybe 5% on, but on some of the smaller ones, it could be 10 or 20% that they add on top of the price. It works really well, almost like as a finder's fee. It's zero risk for the business owners. But like I said, I think the main part here is that we are quite selective to make certain they can convert. But Josh, obviously, last week we was in London, was at a mastermind together, and was talking about like different strategies and stuff like that for lead generation and stuff. And I think one other thing which I think is quite key is that I was going through with yourself is that with regards to lead generation, we strongly advise all business owners in the UK to make certain they don't have a single point of failure, that they've got that holistic marketing, that they're able to do SEO by themselves, PPC, they might do meta ads, they might even be using other lead generation agencies like Bark or Checker Trade, maybe lead generation companies as well, or like you said, some SEO agencies might be able to generate their own leads. And I think that's key to make certain you don't have a single point of failure. But in general, I would always kind of be arguing the case that FatRank lead generation service is giving you best bang for your buck. It is, in my opinion, the best lead generation agency in the UK.
Yeah, I think I totally agree. I've actually tried a few lead generation agencies in the past over the last 4 or 5 years, and a lot of them always come short. And I think if you guys can offer like the guarantee, it's essentially risk free. And from what I've seen and kind of the case studies I've had from speaking for people that have used you guys in the past, all of them come back saying the same thing. You guys are definitely the best at what you do in the UK. So I think hats off to you. And have you seen any industries seem to work better for lead generation than others?
Yeah, like the emergency niche is quite good, or it could be like repairs. Places where kind of people need a local tradesperson seems to work quite well. But I mean, we do work in all different industries. So we do work with local tradespeople, but it could be finance, law firms, we do quite a lot of work with. So if anyone's specifically searching for a specific trade or company in an area inside of the UK, that's kind of where we're good at trying to market for them, getting to the top of Google. But we do different strategy. We do like pay-per-click AdWords. We do some meta ads. It's all different strategies of what we'll do to get them the best bang for the buck until we've actually took a deep dive into their highest converting kind of keywords and most profit. I'd say law firms is probably the best one that we work with. However, we're not put off by a local carpet cleaner, which could only be small margins, or a locksmith, could be an electrician, a roofer. Doesn't really matter as long as there's margins in for them.
Yeah, I agree. I think lead generation is probably the most important part of any business. It doesn't matter what your product is, what your service is. If you're not seen for it, you're not getting leads, it's pretty much non-existent, right? And I think a lot of lead generation agencies in the UK, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to do Google Ads. I'm just going to do SEO. But I think the approach that you guys have, multi-channel, is the reason why you're definitely head and shoulders above the rest.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate us having us on, Josh. And hopefully I can return the favour one day. Obviously, if anyone's watching this, if you don't know who Joshua George is, he's got an amazing SEO agency based in London, does quite a lot of e-commerce SEO and stuff like that. So I appreciate us having us on.
Nice. See you, James.
Cheers, mate.
Bye-bye.